welcome back to my channel. I know this video is super late, like 2 days late. I'm so sorry, I've been so busy with life. But I'm back. So hi. As you can tell, like I'm still recording with my iMac, which I know I promised I wasn't gonna do it anymore. However, for some reason I thought it was a good idea to leave my camera in my car, and I'm too lazy to go outside and get it, so bear with me. Today we're going to review one of my favorite bands of all the time, and I really just talking about them makes me so excited. I got to see them twice. They were touring with One OK Rock, and they had their own little tour on the side as well. So, if you don't know who they are, I'll say it right now. Set it off. So, you're next. Let's set it off. Yeah, that's right. So, the band members are Cody, Dan, Zach, and Max. They're literally the sweetest people in the entire world. I cannot literally, again, I just let it go. I'll never win. I'll never stop talking about them. I feel like I met them so many times, and every single time I meet them, it feels like the first time. I still get nervous. I still never know what to say. And I just go with the flow, man. Literally just go with the flow. So let's go over how my experience started. Day number one. I actually went to One OK Rock for the Ambitions tour in no, it wasn't the Madison Square. I wish it was actually on the PlayStation Theater. I remember I was like really excited to see them because last time I saw Set It Off live was actually a Warped Tour last year. As you can see, I still have the lanyard. You can see it, guys. It's signed by The Boys. This was on Warped Tour from like 2015, I think it was. That was right before the band released their album Upside Down. It has their signature, and I hold this dearly to my life. One of my biggest possessions. I also have two drumsticks that I caught. They're actually up there. That's what I was looking over there. And one of them is signed actually by Max, which is fucking great. Okay, so back to like the One OK Rock concert. I remember the entire time I looked up on my friend and I was like, I'm just excited to see Cody. I'm just excited to see Cody. I just want to set it up. I want to leave till I see set it up. And literally when they took the stage, and I was on actually Dan's side. For some reason, I always end up being on Dan's side. He's literally so great. So I remember being on Dan's side, and when they took stage, it was literally like the best night of my life. Every single time I see them, their vibe, their connection with the band, you can tell they love what they're doing and they're having fun. And that's something that I haven't seen in a lot of artists when I see them perform. And it means the world to me. You know, like I know Cody said once that he will never put out a song that doesn't mean anything to him. And knowing that every single song that they choose to play means something to them means the world to me. So thank you guys for that. Then after that, I remember I wasn't able to buy merch for Set It Off until the end of the Mitch's concert. And I remember going out, and then as soon as I like walked out, I see Zach. And then I turned to my friend like, that's Zach. And then it was really funny because I remember earlier I saw Dan walking when I was online, and I felt really bad, like screaming out, like, Dan! That I didn't, because I didn't want anyone to turn around and be like, but he was hanging out, he was having fun, so I was like, I'll let you chill for now, but I'll probably go and say hi later. So I remember like the venue was trying to kick everyone out, so they were like, oh, like we promise you like the Set It Up guys and the Palisade guys are gonna be like outside, so either get your merch or get out. They were kind of rude about it, but I remember I got this shirt, I got a necklace with the duality sign, and I got, I think it was a choker, which was great, and something else. I can't remember. I usually go crazy with the merch. So yeah, so I remember while I was paying, I looked at my left and Max was there. And holy cow, Max, where do I start? It's really, really, really funny because I always thought that out of all of the boys, he was the serious one, but he's such a cool and down to earth boy that literally right now he's one of my fave. Um, I remember me being like, "Hey, I met you like so many times, but like it's great to see you again. Like I follow you around. I'm a huge fan. Can I take a photo with you?" And he was super cool about it. He was like, "Hey, yeah, sure. Like let's do it. Thank you so much for like keep coming to our shows and everything." And they're not the type of artist that will just like pose and let you go. No, they will literally hug you and hear you out, and that's freaking great. Second interaction I had that night was actually with Zach. I remember I walked out, and once again, he was the first one that I noticed. And I remember me making a joke with him and be like, "Why every single one of the photos that we take all the time has such bad lighting?" And he laughed, and we took like a couple photos. And I talked to him for a little bit. I remember I was like, "Yo, like, do you know what like the rest of the guys are?" And he was like, "Oh, like." I know Cody's like over there, and like I haven't seen Dan, and like I was like, right? I haven't seen Dan since like he performed. And he's like, yeah, yeah, same. Like, let's try to go and find him. So that was really interesting and really sweet of him. Okay, so I remember after that, I actually went under the little bridge that PlayStation has and went to get online to meet Cody. Let me tell you about Cody Carson. He's literally one of my biggest inspirations. A lot of things that I do, a lot of things that I have accomplished is mainly because of him, because of his music. And every single time I see him and every single time I meet him, and he's one of the sweetest guys that I know. And you can tell that anything that he'll say to you, he means it. And I remember when it was my turn, I hugged him, and the first thing I said to him was like, "I promised myself I wasn't gonna cry." And instead of like him being like, "Oh, don't cry," he actually like made me laugh. He made a joke about it, and like I laughed, and it was really nice. The last interaction was with Dan. And I remember I like went up to him and was like, "I was looking for you the entire night." And he was like, "I know, like I noticed you were having so much fun. Like I can tell you're a huge fan." And I was like, "Boy, you were playing like Life Afraid. Like who doesn't turn up to Life Afraid? That's such a good song about like just living and being happy and enjoying life." And yeah, we took a photo. And I remember like after that, the he finished with the other fans, and then he walked where Zach was, and they were waiting for Cody for like 30 minutes. So I just like talked to them for a few. I got them to sign my phone again because why not? And then after that, I felt bad. I didn't want to like stay there and like make them stay longer, so I just left. But at the end, they told me that they ended up going to hang out some bars and left Cody there because Cody wants to literally get to every single one of the persons. It was really sweet.
It's fine, yeah. Some travel with the headlights. So cordial,
Since you guys, I'm kind of crazy, little Stephanie decided to actually go and get tickets for the Webster Underground. Let me tell you this. I'm from New York. I live in Westchester County, literally like 45 minutes from the city, and this thing was 2 hours and a half from where I live. I also had work that day, so it was definitely like any odd like that I wasn't gonna make it to the show, and I was really, 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 really like stressed about it. But I got out of work early that day. I remember I picked up my friend really fast, and then we got into the road. I cannot explain to you the huge storm that came down on us driving up there. It was horrifying. You couldn't see anything. For a moment, I literally thought that we were gonna have to turn around because we weren't going to be able to make it. The rain was impossible to drive on. But somehow we made it around 6, and doors didn't open until 7. So it was good. The venue was really, really, really small. So like I knew it was gonna be a really intimate, like small show. She was great. This is something I love about Set Off. They can literally perform in a big arena, but at the same time, they can perform in a small arena. So, once again, when they took stage, they had the same energy, just as if they were going to perform in a huge stage. So, guys, that was my recap on Set It Up. If you don't know who they are, please go check them out. Their latest album is called Upside Down, and it has some crazy and great music. Also, the album before that, Duality. If you want to know more or understand more where the boys come from, listen to that album. I think that's the one album that woke every single fan up and was like, oh damn, this is actually who they are. This is the transition of them accepting who they are. And you know what? You get to like know them so much through that album that I highly recommend that if you like them and if you're trying to get into them, go listen to that one.